Okay, so welcome to this intro to Solana Test Validator Basics. Okay, so the idea is to run local validators that are called test validators with this command, and is a Solana. And this command line tool will launch a full feature single node Solana cluster on your own machine that will emulate nearly anything a validator does, such as creating a ledger, a blockchain state, a consensus. You can do JSON RPC calls, and you can execute programs without connecting to DevNet or mainnet. So why use this local validator instead of DevNet and testnet? Because you have unlimited airdrops and you have no RPC rate limits. You can reset the blockchain state for a fresh state. You can load or clone accounts and programs from mainnet and devnet. And also you can work offline. Okay, so let's see the advantages of running a local test validator on your computer. As we said, you have the ability to reset the blockchain state at any moment, ability to simulate different network conditions that, for example, when the network is congested, no RPC rate limits, no airdrop limits, so you can have 1,000 or 1 million SOL, direct on-chain program deployment, ability to clone accounts and programs from a public cluster, as we say, DevNet or mainnet, ability to load accounts and programs from files, and you can have history retention and configurable epoch length. Okay, so this is a command tool that will start a Solana test validator. You will save the ledger in this folder. So Solana test validator, start a local Solana node on your computer. You can optionally write reset to delete the folder and start with a fresh state. Here is that you are storing the ledger files in my ledger folder. Then we are using URL mainnet beta for only to fetch the data and clone my wallet state and mainnet balance and data from the mainnet beta. Okay, so let's start a local test validator. So let's first check our Solana configuration. And be sure that your RPC is pointing to localhost. You can do this by running this command. So be sure your RPC URL is pointing to this. You can change it, for example, Solana config set URL mainnet beta. And now you are on mainnet. And if you want to change it to localhost, Solana config set, the option is the URL, and you paste this. Okay, so now you can start a local validator. So you can run Solana -test-validator, and you are okay. So on mainnet I have this wallet account with 0.006 SOL. So let's first run a Solana validator reset and a Solana config get. So we are on localhost. If we run a Solana balance, we have 0 SOL. So now let's stop the validator. Now let's run a command to save the ledger on this folder, fetching the data from mainnet beta to clone my account data and state and balance from mainnet. So we're running this command. And then when we run the Solana balance, we must have exactly the balance of our mainnet beta. So as you see, it's already connected and the correct balance is cloned from the mainnet. Okay, so now let's see an example on how to start fresh and clone your mainnet wallet and save that in the chain. As we said, is the previous command. So you will run Solana test validator we're resetting the oldest ledger, so all the content in this folder will be deleted and we have a fresh start. We're storing here and we are fetching data from mainnet beta and clone my wallet data and state, okay, and balances. If we want to restart later but not deleting the same ledger, we are going to run solana-test-validator ledger and then the path to the ledger. So because the folder already contains a complete RocksDB ledger, nothing is erased and no extra network calls are made. Solana address and private key with the Solana command. So to generate a key pair, we're going to run Solana keygen. You can add this command passphrase, no passphrase, and saving the out file in account.1json. And you can see the public address with Solana keygen pubkey account1.json. Okay, so we are running a local validator and we can get the config here, and we are running this. We're creating a Solana keygen new account 3. We have the passphrase, and if we run Solana keygen pub key of account 3, we have this as public key, the same as here. So if we run Solana balance, we have 0, and if we write Solana airdrop 100, and we can run Solana confirm, and it's confirmed. And if we run a Solana balance, we have 100 sol, okay? Deploying and managing programs to your local cluster. So to deploy a compiled BPF to the test validator, you will run Solana program deploy with the program file path. This uploads and deploys a program to the blockchain. To check the details of a deployed program, you will write Solana program and then the account address. To transfer sol from one account to another, you will use this tool command, Solana transfer from, and the private key save it as a JSON file with the array of unsigned 8-byte integers, and then you will write recipient address and the amount. For simulating and confirming transactions, before actually sending, you can simulate if it will to see if it will succeed. So you will run Solana transfer from and your JSON with your private key, simulate the recipient address and the amount. To confirm the details and status of a transaction, you can run Solana confirm and the transaction signature. Specifying ledger location. When starting a test validator, you can specify a different directory for the ledger data using the -- ledger option. Okay, so for loading a ledger data, you can use the ledger option with ledger -- and the path to the ledger. Resetting the ledger. By default, the validator will resume an existing ledger. To reset the ledger, you can either manually delete the ledger directory or restart the validator with a reset. If the ledger exists, this command will reset the ledger to Genesis, which resets the state by deleting all existing data and starting fresh. Changing versions of Solana. To check the current version of a Solana test validator, you will run solana-test-validator -- version. So the Solana test validator runs on the same version as the Solana CLI version. To test your programs against different versions of the Solana runtime, you can install multiple versions of the Solana CLI and switch between them using the Solana install set command. Solana install init version. Version is desired CLI version to install. Cloning programs. To add an existing program to your local environment, you can clone the program with a new ledger. To clone an account from the cluster, we are going to run this command: solana-test-validator clone the program address and the URL if it's the cluster mainnet beta or devnet. This is useful for testing interactions with standard programs. If the ledger already exists in your working directory, you must reset the ledger to be able to clone a program. To clone an account from the cluster when the ledger already exists, you can write solana-test-validator clone the program address, the URL, cluster if it's mainnet beta or devnet, and then reset. And you can also clone an upgradable program and its executable data from the cluster. So you will run solana-test-validator clone upgradable program, the program address, URL, and the cluster if it's a mainnet beta or devnet.